Hey everybody, what's up? It's Robbie for Pop Culture Philosophers. Welcome to Robbie Rants Live here for November 19th, 2018. Here on a Monday night, had an event to go to last night. My buddy put on this storytelling thing at a local comedy club with a bunch of local storytellers, and it was called like the Tin Cup storytelling thing or something. Really, really fun stuff. So Sam, you did a great job. Fantastic show. So we're doing the live stream tonight, competing with Monday Night Football, but we don't care. How is everybody doing? I'm excited. We're going to be talking about comic books, movies, pop culture, all kinds of crazy stuff. We're going to get into what is coming out in comic book stores this Wednesday, and I'm going to highlight some of my picks. We're going to be talking a little bit about maybe the finale of Mr. Miracle, maybe as with as little spoilage as possible, if that's possible. And we're going to be talking maybe about the newest Titans episode because I just watched that Jason Todd one, and I want to speak a little bit about that. And we're going to be doing some show and tell, of course. A few weeks ago, we showed off the Fin Fang Foom action figure right there from the Iron Man Toy Biz line from the 90s. And I mentioned that there was a gold and a silver one that I had somewhere. Well, I found them, and we're going to unbox them and show them off tonight. We're going to be talking about that. Very exciting. And I'm also going to be showing off a bunch of Aquaman toys because I'm a huge Aquaman fan, and the movie's coming up. And so I wanted to pull out some of my Aquaman toys and turn the Tommy Green Ranger, White Ranger shelf there into an Aquaman shelf, at least while the movie's out and all that stuff. But that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, and anything else you guys want to talk about. Any questions, just feel free. Throw them out there. We'll talk about it. What's up, everybody? And once you come in, let me know you're here. What's up, Sebastian? Bawana Beast, Sebastian. That's the Sebastian again. What's up? You were first. Chewy, what's up? Jesse, how you doing? Eagles. Did the Eagles wind up losing? I didn't finish that game. I went to that event, man. Man, that sucks. But I am a Cowboys fan, so I was pretty happy with the way that the division teams played out that day. That's just me, though. That's just me. Prefer Submariner. I get that. I get that a lot. Some people here at PCP, like Jelani, really is not a big fan of Aquaman, loves Namor. I love Namor, of course, but I think Aquaman's better. Aquaman ain't going to run around and try to steal your woman. That's a Namor trait, So I think Aquaman's a little bit more nobler, but I also think he's got a better costume. But that's just me. But when Namor's wearing that black costume, that's really cool. I do like Namor, though. I mean, obviously, they have both benefited from each other in their own stories. Does that make sense? Meaning that, like, what works for Aquaman, they can try out at Namor. What works for Namor, they can try out at Aquaman. And so you have these two distinct personalities that are very similar, but two distinct personalities. And I will point out that the only canon fight between the two is in Marvel versus DC. And Aquaman beat Namor because he dropped a killer whale on him. As silly as that was, that's canon, right? What's up, Iron Galactus? How you doing? We're usually going to start out here on the live streams. What's up, S Squared? How you doing? I got my Aquaman glass, too, because we're doing a big Aquaman celebration. And I also got some neat little fun toys to show off. So lots of fun. We got another pack of DC Cosmic cards to open up. We started opening up those last week. When Hyperion killed Namor, wasn't that an LMD? Something like that. Wasn't really Namor. We knew Hyperion wasn't going to do something like that, right? But Namor is back. And Namor in the comic books right now is back to kind of like the Namor in the 60s. When like he first got reintroduced into the Silver Age in Fantastic Four, he was all about just like I want to destroy y'all because y'all destroyed Atlantis and all that stuff. So he's like back to that. Jason Aaron's been doing an interesting job with him. It's weird to see him just revert back to that, but it could be understood that like something tragic happened, just all the stuff weighs on him. It is kind of almost out of nowhere or whatever, and they kind of backtrack the whole Stingray thing really, really quickly in the last issue. But Namor is a super villainous threat right now in Avengers. It's basically what I was trying to get to. Just rewatched, is that Star Wars 3? Is that what that means? And are you talking about Revenge of the Sith? Or are we talking about Return of the Jedi? What are we talking about? What's up, Grayson? Man, yeah, how about them Cowboys? I was very excited for that game. They had me on the edge of my seat till the very end, though. I did read Electric Warriors. I thought it was really, really good. It wound up on Twitter. I release every week now my top 5, right? So I have my pick of the week here on YouTube, but on Twitter I just do a top 5 to like represent more, a few more books, right, as standouts. And Electric Warriors came in last week at number 5. I thought it was really cool, very imaginative, a cool, fresh, dynamic story set in the future of the DC universe that really had a lot of throwback to classic DC Universe stories, including Jack Kirby's Commandy. Always a sucker for stuff like that, so I thought that was really neat. I really did like it. It was probably the most blown away I've ever been by a Steve Orlando book to date. Revenge of the Sith. I have a hot take about Revenge of the Sith. A lot of people, if you listen to our podcast at all, which is coming back in 2019, you guys will know this already, but I think Revenge of the Sith is better than Return of the Jedi. That's just me. I know that's going to make a lot of people be like, what? And I get it. I understand. I've heard it all. I get it. A lot of my compatriots here at PCP don't agree at all. But a few do. I think Brooks is one of them. I think even Jelani might feel that way. I'm not sure. Immortal Hulk. The first trade paperback of Immortal Hulk comes out this week, by the way. Immortal Hulk is something that's interesting to me. I really do like it, and I like what they're trying to do. But there's something, I don't know. It feels like they're trying to go into a horror comic, but they're not quite they're just putting a toe in, maybe a whole foot. Sometimes all the way down to the knee of one leg, but they haven't quite dipped in 100% horror comic, except for in the first 2 issues. So it just, I don't know. There's something about Immortal Hulk that's very, very good. And there's something about it to me that's just not quite daring enough for what it could be. I don't know. I'm looking at what I think it could be. Maybe I should. I am planning on doing a reread soon, but there's a lot of cool, like, levels of nuance in Immortal Hulk, and I just think I think the superhero-ness of it sometimes gets a little distracting of that. I don't know. That's just me. But a lot of people are really, really liking it, and I think it's some of Joe Bennett's best artwork of his career. PCP time, Reggie. What's up? How you doing? Good to see you. Well, the Squadron Supreme was always meant to kind of be an analog for the Justice League, right? That was kind of the point. Like, when they did Squadron Supreme, which is a great book, which we will totally cover one day in a Comics Revisited, it was kind of like the first mainstream attempt to kind of like not just deconstruct superheroes at all, but really kind of like get into them in the real world, like with the ultra authority. Like the books like The Authority, for instance, by Warren Ellis, I think Squadron Supreme is a precursor to that. I think it's a very important work in comic books, in comic book history, especially superhero comic book history, especially Marvel superhero comic book history. So they were always meant to kind of be like the Justice League. And but yeah, they're really kind of nailing that on right now. I'm excited though. I think Avengers is I feel like the final host story didn't quite pan out to be as big as it started, right? It kind of breezed through real quick to set up something else maybe. But right now, all the different players in action against the Avengers and Jason Aaron's run right now, I'm liking it, man. Like issue 700 is probably one of the best issues of that series yet. And the ending, I'm not going to spoil it too much yet. I'm not going to spoil the ending, but the ending had me flipping out. I loved it. I thought it was so cool. Yeah, Marvel Knights was really, really cool. Issue 2's this week. Immortal Hulk doesn't commit. Maybe that's what I was trying to say. It doesn't quite commit to being a horror comic. It it did like at first, and it came out of where like this is going to be a different Hulk. I think the character of the Hulk, I think the comic book works better when it's done as a horror comic book. There are brief runs like that to me. A lot of the times it's very superhero-y. I know a lot of people like the Peter David stuff, and that stuff's really some stuff from the 70s. That stuff's really fun. The Kirby and Lee stuff, obviously. But like the Bruce Jones run, the tiniest little bit of the start of John Byrne's run, I like those. I like the Nomad on the Road, force of nature coming into a small town, little tiny stories, very episodic, very much like the TV show, but with a little bit more of a horror feel and a little bit more like, drama going on. I don't know. That's kind of the Hulk book I want. Hulk is not typically a character I've always liked really that much. So when I think about like if I ever got to write a comic book, like what would I want? Everybody's like, you want to write Fantastic Four? I'm like, no, I'm terrified of writing Fantastic Four. I think maybe Hulk would be something. Maybe if someone starts off with something they don't really get into, try to change it up. But usually in comic books, when someone tries to change something up, Hulk's really weird because you got a bunch of different kind of Hulk fans from different eras of Hulk, and they all have their own expectation. I personally like Nomad on the Road horror comic type thing. I really like the Bruce Jones run. I really think it got kind of really shortened and then completely nerfed out by Peter David there. But that's a whole thing. Anyway, we haven't even gotten into what's coming up this week. You guys got me distracted on Immortal Hulk, on my just Hulk theory. I don't know, man. Like the most excited I've ever been for a Hulk comic was when Bruce Jones first started that run. Bruce Jones, it was John Romita Jr., Mike Deodato Jr., I think at one point. It was just this really big run. It was really cool. It was stemmed its mystery of Mr. Blue and Mr. Green and all this fun stuff. Hulk was on the run. Bruce Banner was trying to get into control of the Hulk, and he really actually succeeded at one point in being able to channel the strength of the Hulk while he was still Bruce Banner. That's where the meditation with the metronome came from. That's in the movie, the first one from MCU. The Incredible Hulk, the Edward Norton one. I just really like that run, but it just didn't have a satisfying ending because he just kind of he had to end it. And then Peter David wrote it all off as a dream. He like Bob Newhart did it. It was crazy. I really like Electric Warriors. It felt really weird out there. It was zany. It was different. It was daring. It was a little bold. I liked the artwork. It was some of Foreman's best artwork I've ever seen. So I really did like it. It felt kind of like Morrison, like Grant Morrison-esque in a way to me. Oh man, those covers on Immortal Hulk are it. And Alex Ross has also been tearing it up on Captain America right now. Some good covers over there. Oh man, my thoughts on that is I'm cool with it. I just, Coulson in the comics has never really been that cool. And like Coulson in the movies was always cool in Phase 1. And in the TV show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., he was interesting, but like, I don't know. He's not that, he's an all right character. In the comic books, he's just kind of a nothing character. So I'm excited to see if Jason Aaron does something with him. Him being attached to the Squadron Supreme is a little bit more exciting for me as an idea. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm very excited for the direction of Avengers right now. I really, really am. Man, I don't think Sarah Pichelli is officially off of FF, but I would dare to say that she's pretty much off of FF. She's probably going to be coming in and doing like maybe a 3 to 4 issue arc at some point. I just recently completed a reread of Miles Morales' Ultimate Spider-Man stuff, and I noticed in that she started off pretty strong, got a little weak, started looking rushed. Then David Marquez came in. Then she came in and did another story. It was a little bit stronger. So I think that she will still be attached to that book, but I think they're going to definitely have to bring in a second artist to fill in those gaps. But it wouldn't surprise me if she was just off completely. But that being said, I thought the artwork in issue 3 was subpar. What's up, Brett? How you doing? Welcome to the live stream here on a Monday night, rare Monday night. Kill or Be Killed. I read the first few issues of Kill or Be Killed, and it was really, really good. Brubaker, Phillips, they do really, really good work with like crime noir and things like that. So if that's your jive, if that's what you like, absolutely, that's your book. If you like that stuff, check out 100 Bullets. If you've never read that, if that's your jive. Also check out the early Bendis stuff. I'm pretty sure that DC will be reprinting some of it. Jinx, Goldfish, Torso, Fire. Fire, not so much, but Torso, Goldfish, and Jinx. Absolute perfect crime noir and comic books. They're like some of my favorite comic books ever. Where are they? They're behind me somewhere. I don't see where they are right now, so I'm not going to bother with it. Where is Image? Oh, they're all the way down there. Okay, I know where they are, though. If I talk about them again, I'll bring it up. That brings me to a new thing. I'm going to start doing a spotlight on a trade paperback or like a comic book run or something. We're going to do that tonight. That's going to be a little bit later, but we're about to get into what's coming up this week in comic books. We'll start with Dark Horse because we do have a Black Hammer book. What do you guys think about Black Hammer? What do y'all think about Black Hammer coming into the world of television and movies? I think it's great. I am vaping on Bombi's Nana Cream. It's like a banana cream. It's my all-day vape. It's my everyday vape. Sometimes I change it up. Typically, it's that, and it's that alone. I'm a very simple guy when it comes to my vape, as long as it keeps me from smoking cigarettes. That's the whole point of it. And this has been the only one that doesn't like give me vape tongue after like 4 hours. So I can just buy a bunch of it and just go with it. So I kind of like that. But you got a vanilla caramel flavor. My lady flavor than I do on the vape. So from Dark Horse Comics, we have Black Hammer Age of Doom #7, which is the I think the second and final issue with artwork by Rich Tommaso. That first issue with him was really, really cool. A new one from the Magnolaverse. I'm pretty sure it's Magnolaverse. Crimson Lotus. Let me open that up and double check. Yeah, it's from, I think it's the character from Lobster Johnson, which, as much of a Magnola fan as I am, I have never read any Lobster Johnson outside of his appearances in Hellboy comics. Isn't that crazy? I need to get on that. But man, let me tell y'all something. When I started this Comics Revisited thing, I thought it would be a breeze. I thought it would be really easy, right? It's just like, oh, we're just talking about old comic books. We'll just reread them, whatever. That has dominated my comic book reading. Between my new weekly comic book reading and catching up with all the stuff, I'm like, yeah, let's do one video, Brooks, for Age of Apocalypse. Are you serious? It's like 30 to 40 comic. Oh man, one video? That's a lot of reading. Anyway, I need to get caught up on some Magnolaverse stuff. We got a new one from Dark Horse. It's called Light Step #1. I know very little about it. I will look and see if it's something interesting. Olivia Twist #3 is out this week, and Whispering Dark #2. IDW. Bubba Hotep and the Cosmic Bloodsuckers #4 is out this week. Dick Tracy, Dead or Alive, #2 is finally out. Speaking of Rich Tommaso, Mike Allred as well, inking that book. Laura Allred on the colors. I'm pretty sure, right? Allred always colored Allred. It's fun. It's fun. If you're a Dick Tracy fan, I recommend it. If you're not, it's not going to make you a fan, in my opinion. GoBots #1, one of my most hyped books of the week. Super pumped. I think the cat's name is Tom Sicoli. He did that G.I. Joe versus Transformers that looked like, it just looked like someone drawing it like on a notepad or something, right? Really cool. Excited. Relaunching GoBots. It's like a 12-issue series, I think. Really excited for that one, guys. Really, really excited. My Little Pony Nightmare Nights #2 is out this week. Night Moves #1 is a new one from IDW. That is out this week. I'll check that out, see if it's worth mentioning. Optimus Prime #25 for you Transformers lovers out there. There's a new one also from IDW. I saw this one on the list today. We're only get a handful of copies, but it's Sucubon Turbo #1. We'll definitely take a look at that. That's a new one from IDW. Turtles fans, you got Urban Legends #7 out this week. That's IDW. Dynamite, let's see. Betty Page has got a new comic book out this week, #1. So there you Betty Page fans go. What else we got? There's a Game of Thrones. There's Age of the Horse. Mars Attacks #2. I'm hyped for that one because I thought Mars Attacks #1 from Dynamite was actually really cool. Very different, a very indie feel to it, like 90s indie comic feel. I thought it was really an interesting take on a Mars Attacks story. Not your typical fare. Not what you're going to be used to, but it's going to have a respect for that. But it's neat. It's something neat. I really thought issue 1 was cool. I'm definitely going to read issue 2. Project Superpowers #4 is out this week, and there's a Xena book #2 is out, or #10 is out this week. Let's see Boom Studios real quick. Black Badge #4 from Matt Kent fans. That's out this week. Low Road West #3 is out this week. Lumberjanes #56. The first original graphic novel, I believe, from Over the Garden Wall, Distilloria, is out this week. Smooth Criminals #1 is a new one out from Boom Studios this week. It's a 12-issue maxi series. Definitely going to be checking that one out. And Steven Universe, the ongoing, #22, is out this week. So those are some of the smaller publishers and indie titles and whatnots. We also got from Archie Comics. Archie #700 is out this week. Nick Spencer starting his run on Archie Comics, so that's out this week. From Aftershock, something I'm very excited for, a pick for me, for you guys. Definitely check out Hot Lunch Special. That issue #4 is out this week. It's written by Elliot Rahal with artwork by Jorge Fornes. Fantastic stuff, really cool crime story, mafia type stuff. Last Space Race #2 is out this week. Lollipop Kids #2. The Long Con #5. I've decided to trade weight this title from Oni Press, but it's really, really cool. Very interesting. It's basically about some craziness happens in the world during this giant comic book convention, right? It's called the Long Con, okay? And then everybody inside of the convention center thinks that all the rest of the world has just dissipated and is destroyed, and they all are staying there. And so they are like formulating this new society and stuff. Outside, they think they all died, and it's like a restricted radioactive area now because of the bombs that went off or whatever. And it's just really fun, interesting book. It was really, really cool. Also from Oni Press, Pickle Rick. There's a Pickle Rick special out this week. So that's the smaller publishers. Now let me see. You know what I want to say, Bowana Beast, real quick, is that I was proud. My Cowboys had hardly any penalties on Sunday, and that was very exciting. I thought that was really, really cool. Tarantino's doing a new film. It's like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think they're filming right now, actually. Well, I don't know if Tarantino's the guy to do a Watchmen film. I think the only person that could ever have come close to making a Watchmen film was Zack Snyder, and I think that Snyder's version is pretty good. I really do. I'm interested to see what HBO is going to do, but I'm not too sold on that. Reggie, I'm glad that you're reading Black Hammer based on my recommendation. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thank you. Thank you. I wrote it. I wish I did. That's a really good book, is it not? How far are you? Hateful Eight's really good. I really, really like that one. Black Hammer is a single series for the main story. They do these mini series that kind of rotate around the main series. So they involve some characters. They shine some light on the past and even the future of the Black Hammer universe that Jeff Lemire's building. But the main story so far has been in Black Hammer, the initial series, which was like, 12 issues, maybe 12 or 13, something like that. And then the new series right now, Age of Doom. And that's the new one that comes out this week. Yeah, I'm excited for GoBots, Chewie. I really am. Yeah, Rags is some kind of comic book. Very small press run. It's getting really hot right now for some reason. Archie 700, man, promises to be something neat. Oh, yeah, the Rams and the Chiefs are playing right now. Big deal game. Did a new Aquaman trailer came out? I missed it. What do I think the 3 best books for Marvel, DC, and Image are? Man, that's a good question. Let me think about that on a minute. Let me stew on that for a minute. Oh, I thank you about the shirt comment. DC Justice League is up there for sure. Justice League is up there for sure for DC. Marvel, Venom is up there for sure. Image, Gideon Falls. There's 3 right there. There's maybe my top ones. I'll think of what else here. I just did my top 5. Superman and Hawkman. Those are my top 3 DC books right now. That means DC superheroes. I would also recommend the Wildstorm. Fantastic. That's one of my absolute favorites. Justice League, Wildstorm, Superman. Those are my favorites right now. Marvel, Venom. I have to think about this. Image, Gideon Falls, Isola, Farmhand, maybe? Farmhand? I mean, Royal City ended. Maybe Farmhand. Marvel, Venom. I'm blanking. What else at Marvel? Venom. I like West Coast Avengers a lot. I like Avengers right now. Avengers is up there probably. Maybe Marvel Avengers, Venom. I'm missing something. There's something else really dope at Marvel right now. Cosmic Ghost Rider just wrapped up, and that was amazing. What else is there? My favorite Watchmen character. Man, I've never really thought about that. Ozzy, maybe? I usually like the villains. He's a really interesting character to me. It's not Justice League Dark. I mean, that one's good, but it's not really up there for me. But I'm trying to figure out the third Marvel one right now. Venom, Avengers, maybe West Coast Avengers. I'm blanking right now on anything else. I do like Unstoppable Wasp right now. But it's only a couple issues in. Thor's okay. Iron Man's okay. Fantastic Four is fun. 3 issues in, it's all right, but I'm just glad it's back. Yeah, Dwayne, I liked Marvel Knights. I do like Justice League Dark as well. I do like it. I do enjoy it. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy is probably going to be one of my favorites soon. I do talk highly of Exiles. I really do. I do like Exiles by old Saladin Ahmed. That's a really good one. I like that one. Maybe I'll just lock that in right now. We'll say for DC, it's Justice League, Superman, and Wildstorm. For Marvel, it's Venom, Avengers, and Exiles. Maybe West Coast Avengers. 3 issues, and I'm really loving that book. And Image, Gideon Falls, Isola, and Farmhand. There you go. Off the dome. Probably not gonna, Well, Mr. Miracle just wrapped up. That's a good one too. Is it not? Yeah. X-23 is a good book. It's fun. It's just one of those ones that's easy to me to skip in my pull list. To skip in what I read when I read so much. So it's easy. But Exiles is really fun. I really like the artwork on Exiles too, especially the coloring. We're about to look at what's coming up in Image Comics this week. I think the Spider-Geddon stuff's been pretty fun right now. We got some Spider-Geddon stuff this week. From Image Comics this week, we got Burnouts #3. That book's been interesting. Cold Spots #4 is out this week. Days of Hate #10. East of West #40. That's one of the best ones. Exor Sisters #2. Issue 1 was very intriguing. I'm definitely checking out issue #2. Evolution #12 is out this week. What else? New World #5, the final issue. There's a new one from Scotty Young that I hear really good rumblings about called Middle West. So that's definitely a pick for you guys to be on the lookout for Middle West. Rumble #9 is out this week. Stellar #6. And that's pretty much Image Comics. There's a Savage Dragon out as well. Then we'll go over to Marvel. I am not aware of that YouTuber. I don't really watch too much comic books, like comics YouTube. I watch a little bit of Comic Pop. And that's pretty much it. I don't really watch too much of it. That's assuming he's a comic book YouTuber. I don't know. Yeah, Abbott's one of my favorites of the year so far. I think Abbott was great. Black Bolt was good too. I haven't finished it though. I think Doom's going to get a big spotlight coming up in Fantastic Four. That's pretty much the book that he dominates and has the biggest spotlights in historically. So excited for that. I think it was set up in Fantastic Four #1 that they're going to be doing some Doom stuff. I'm really excited for that. Anybody here watch Titans? My least favorite comics? Well, here at Pop Culture Philosophers, we don't really focus too much on that. To be honest with you, if I don't like a comic book, I just don't read it. And I typically even bother talking about it or thinking about it. Historically, my most hated comic book has always been Spawn. So I would go with my least favorite comic book to be Spawn. But I will tell you guys that I read like the first like 9 to 10 issues pretty solidly there for a while when it was first coming out. Well, Titans, in my opinion, is really good. I think the writing on Titans is amazing. I think they're doing a great job. My only problem with Titans is it seems like they got a quota of how many F-bombs to drop per episode, and it gets really immature sounding because of that. Outside of that, some of the F-bombs are placed very, very well. Like there's one in the new episode with Jason Todd that really just cracked me up. Loved it. But there's a little too much of that. But aside from that, like it's really a very well-balanced show. Great writing, great characterization. Really intriguing. I'm loving it so far. Why Spawn? I don't know. Spawn's just one of those books. It goes nowhere. Nothing's gonna happen. It's just pulling people around, yanking people around. I don't know. It's one. I don't know. I'm not a McFarlane fan, so I don't. But this is what I'm saying is I'm not like I don't hate Spawn like I used to. Like right, I used to be a really big like movie and comic book snob. I'm not like that at all anymore. If you guys like Spawn, more power to you. Spawn's interesting. I think it could be an interesting thing. The HBO animated series kind of was the best interpretation of that story for me. I thought that was really well done. Aside from that, I just, I don't know. But that being said, I don't really read Spawn. Also, Hellspawn, which was by Bendis and Ashley Wood, I did like that one. And I really liked the Sam and Twitch run with Bendis and Malieve there for a while. Really good stuff. So it's not all bad, right? If Grant Morrison and Warren Ellis Spawn, I would read it, for instance. Are they doing some Doom spotlights and Amazing Spider-Man coming up? I haven't noticed that. New villain in Deadpool 8? Man, there's a new villain in comic books like every other issue of something, right? The DC channel, I think, is $7.99 a month, I believe, is what I'm paying, I think. Yeah, him breaking that leg, that sucks. Yeah, I'm really excited for this game on Thursday. It's going to be stressful. Okay, yeah, I've never checked them out. They're worth it. DC Universe is not on PS4. I use it on my Roku. That's what I got it on. I saw the Deadpool preview today. Like, I'm pretty sure that's legit. Like, they're releasing Deadpool as a PG-13 movie. And a long time ago, I said, because I'm not a Deadpool fan, and I didn't watch the movie. And I even said, though, I was like, if they did like a PG-13 cut that was for everybody, I would watch it, right? Why didn't they think they were going to do it? And they did it. So I'm like, well, shit, I guess I'm going to watch it. I don't know. I'm enjoying Spencer on Spider-Man, too. I think he's doing a great job. I think he's doing a really good job. And a lot of good stuff, like, a lot of problems that maybe some people have with some of the Dan Slott run. I think he kind of has been making attempts to try to rectify some of that and address some of that. That Detective Pikachu trailer looked really good. It looked like it could be this generation's Who Framed Roger Rabbit, is what it looked like. McFarlane would. Yeah, there's a lot of potential with Spawn. I think one of McFarlane's problems is that he's writing Spawn. McFarlane is. I highly respect McFarlane as an entrepreneur and as a businessman, like 100%. I even respect him as an artist, but I never think he's been a very solid writer. I know he's going through some problems right now with the Spawn movie because he's trying to write it and direct it or something himself, and the studio's giving him notes and he doesn't want to listen to them, and I don't know, man. Spawn could be interesting. I tell you what, though, when I first saw that Spawn movie with Michael Jai White in like, 97, 98, whatever, I first saw that movie, I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I really did. I think me and Brooks and Jelani have definitely talked in the past about doing like a series of movie reviews on some like just weird, crazy 90s comic book movies. Yeah, those Matina and Art Jim covers look good. Look nice. Oh, yeah, I think Amazing Spider-Man's way better than Spider-Geddon. Spider-Geddon's fun, though. Speaking of Marvel Comics, what's coming out this week? Astonishing X-Men number 17 is out this week. Matthew Rosenberg, new ongoing writer on Uncanny X-Men, at least for 2 issues. We'll see what happens. Doctor Strange number 8 is out this week. Immortal Hulk number 9 with a fantastic Alex Ross cover. Is that Absorbing Man? Who is that? Infinity Wars with another Infinity Warps. They never end. Ghost Panther. A very intriguing idea. Ghost Rider mixed with Black Panther. That's kind of cool. Sleepwalker, though, number 3, The Shining Light of Infinity Wars. Number 3 is out this week. Marvel Knights 20th Anniversary Specials. Number 2 is out this week. That was really fun. Kelly Thompson continues Mr. and Mrs. X number 5 this week, and she continues turning me into a Rogue and Gambit fan. I was reading some 90s X-Men comics the other day, and I was not at all annoyed by Rogue and Gambit. I found them charming, and I blame Kelly Thompson for that. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur number 37 is out this week. Punisher number 4, we were talking about Matthew Rosenberg. Shuri number 2 is out this week. Black Panther's sister gets the spotlight. Speaking of Spider-Geddon, Spider-Force number 2 is out this week. Spider-Geddon number 4 is out this week. Spider-Man Entered the Spider-Verse number 1 is out this week. Probably like a bunch of little short stories or something. Star Wars number 57, really cool cover there. Tony Stark Iron Man number 6. Uncanny X-Men number 2, of course, because it's weekly. At least for a while. There's a trade paperback, by the way, of Venom by Donny Cates. The first trade paperback is out this week. Weapon H number 10 is out this week. Weapon X number 26 is out this week. And Web of Venom Carnage Born number 1 is out this week. Going to be one of the hottest books out this week, especially that variant. Be on the lookout. Really hot stuff. West Coast Avengers number 4 is out this week as well. That's Marvel, and that's a lot of good stuff. What are y'all excited for? I'm excited for Carnage Born. Really pumped for that. Oh, yeah, don't worry. Infinity Wars will end soon. Michael Bay is redeemable. I think Michael Bay's got 2 really solid movies under his belt. The Rock and Armageddon. Maybe 1.5, I would say. Armageddon's like half a good movie. I do like Armageddon. But The Rock is great. A lot of people like Bad Boys, too. Not me. But, yeah. Yeah, really excited for that Carnage Born. If you've been reading Venom by Donny Cates, that last issue, the ending of it, definitely setting up what's about to happen. Yeah, good stuff. I'm loving Venom right now. Loving it. Yeah, there was that conspiracy book, right? That's out. Let's see what's coming out from DC Comics. First of all, Vertigo. We got American Carnage number 1. That's a Brian Hill Vertigo book. I'm very excited for that. That's a Robbie pick. Look out for this week. American Carnage number 1. Aquaman number 42, continuing the Drowned Earth story. Batman number 59, Tom King continuing his Penguin story. Maybe we'll find out more about Penguin's daughter, niece, something. I don't know. Whatever's going on there, right? Cover number 3. My favorite of the new creator-owned Bendis books over at DC. Damage number 11. Harley Quinn number 54. Injustice 2 Annual number 2. Justice League number 12. Drowned Earth Special, basically. Justice League Dark number 5. A big week for Justice League because we also have Justice League The Power Rangers crossover trade paperback and also the first trade paperback of Scott Snyder's Justice League, The Totality. That is out this week. Lucifer number 2 is out this week. Nightwing number 53. Pearl number 4 is out this week. Sideways number 10. Teen Titans number 24. Teen Titans Go number 31. What an exciting comic book week. I'm very excited for some of those books. Most excited right now at DC for American Carnage coming out. And, of course, Justice League. Dylan, I thought the end of Avengers was amazing. I thought it was awesome. I loved it. Yeah, really, really good week. So a couple of announcements. First of all, no comics revisited this week. No comics revisited on Thursday in the United States. That is Thanksgiving. So we're taking that day off. But the weekly comic book review will still be here on schedule. Weekly pop culture wrap up next week. The Robbie Rants Live will, of course, be on Sunday as well. And I'm planning on doing a new top five Superman villains to be up hopefully Friday. Hopefully on Friday. So that's what we got coming up here. When Comics Revisited, like I said, not this week. When it returns next week, we're doing another Venom book. This last Venom for a while. December, we got a nice lineup talking about some Aquaman books, some Miles Morales Spider-Man, and some What If comic books. So be on the lookout for that stuff. Also, the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo just announced Jim Shooter and Mike Grell this week. Mike Grell, the writer-artist, acclaimed writer-artist, and probably the best run of Green Arrow ever. He was here at the second expo. I got to run a panel with him, meet him, talk to him, chat with him. He came to my comic shop one time to do a signing. Really cool cat. Mike Grell is going to be there. Jim Shooter is going to be there, along with Marv Wolfman, already announced, and a bunch of other comic book guests and other media guests like Jake the Snake Roberts, Karen Ashley, Walter Jones, and Catherine Sutherland, and David Fielding from Power Rangers. The actors who did the voices of Vegeta and Goku, they're going to be there. Really fun time. Lou Ferrigno is going to be there. Really exciting. Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. You can look it up at hsvexpo.com or something like that, I believe. Check out their Facebook page. PCP is going to be there. We'll have a booth. Hopefully having a panel again like we did last year. Really exciting times. If you're in the area in March of next year, come see us. I think that's all my announcements. I have a question, though, I want to ask y'all before we get into the show and tell portion of the broadcast. This guy named Taylor, who's a follower here of PCP. He's part of the PCP Army. I follow him on Twitter. He's got a really, really awesome Twitter account talking about comic books and things. Taylor proposed a question that I thought was really cool. What if Warren Ellis did a DC comic book character under Black Label? What would you like to see him do? My answer, Adam Strange. Sci-fi, weirdness. That's something I think would be really, really cool. I posed the question to you out of respect to him for how awesome his question was and how much I appreciated that question. So everybody, if Warren Ellis got to do a DC character in a Black Label book, what character would you like to see him? For me, Adam Strange. I am excited for the Defenders event. I think it could be neat. We'll see what happens. Seems like now that Netflix has abandoned the Defenders brand, that Marvel's going to go back to being the old school OG Defenders. I will not comment on what makes. Well, I will. Okay. The only locked-in answer for the top 5 Superman villains that I'm going to be doing, that I will say is going to be Lex Luthor is going to be on that list. That one's locked in. I will also say this. I am not putting Darkseid into consideration because I don't see Darkseid as a Superman villain. He is a DC villain, right? Not a Superman-specific villain, at least for me. Otherwise, I mean, Darkseid's number 1 in almost every list. Almost. Best villains of all time, he's number 3. For me. But Parasite is definitely in consideration. I will say this. Parasite is 100% top 10. Touchdown Rams. No, Huntsville, Alabama. Yeah, not Texas. Yeah, Black Label can still be the same label it can be. They're just going to not have major superhero characters in the nude anymore. And I think that's okay. I'm cool with that. Too much Watchmenisms. Really? You just kind of got me interested in Optimus Prime. What are they doing over there? Are you excited, Sebastian, about the GoBots issue coming out this week? Because I am. I'm super excited. What's up, Alicia? You want to see Warren Ellis do a Black Label Zatanna? That would be really, really cool. I was also asked who would be the artist, and I said Declan Shalvey. Let me think about it for just a second. Just what we discussed earlier, Alicia, the dessert for Thursday and the cornbread. Other than that, I think I'm good. We might need more vanilla almond milk, though. That's Alicia asking me if I need anything from the store. That's awesome. It's a good way to communicate. We're communicating here through the internet. That's awesome. So, how are y'all doing? Any other answers? Warren Ellis on a Black Label book. What would you pick? Thoughts on the new Conan series? You know, I've never really been that big of a Conan fan, but I'll check them out. I'm really excited for the Jason Aaron one in particular. Zod is not top 5 for you. He's definitely top 10 for me. I'll tell you that. I think Zod's pretty BA. I guess the problem is that Zod is inconsistent in the comic books. It's like almost like every time someone brings in Zod, they're trying to do their own unique take on it or reference the Richard Donner films. So there you go. Sebastian, so that's about GoBots. I'm so excited for that book. I'm really excited. You see the preview for it? Yeah, it looked really cool. Leader 1 was like killing people, just mowing them down. It was really fun. How long till Marvel/Disney tries to get the Red Sonja rights? How much? So I talked about how we were going to do a spotlight. So every week now when we do Robbie Rants Live, I'm going to do a spotlight on a book that I really think you guys should check out if you haven't already. We've already been talking about Warren Ellis. And once again, I posed the question. We've had one answer from Chewy Zatanna, a really good answer. If Warren Ellis did a Black Label DC book, which DC character would you like to see him do? Let's talk about Warren Ellis' book real quick. It's Moon Knight. I said Declan Shalvey. They're doing Injection right now. That's a great book. It's on hiatus. It's coming back. Moon Knight, though, as far as I'm aware, this is the first collaboration between Warren and Declan. Fantastic stuff. 6 issues of Moon Knight that redefined the character, made him incredibly more interesting, at least in my opinion. Fantastic stuff. Each issue in here is a one-and-done story. There isn't even an overall subplot or nothing, but it's got really nice, clean art, some of the best action sequences in comic books you'll ever see. Absolutely dynamic art, beautiful coloring by Jordi Belair, fantastic artwork, great stories, really cool. There are issues in here, concepts, ideas that are just 20 pages, right, by Warren Ellis, that other writers would make entire series out of, like issue 3 alone. This one right here with like the ghost mushroom head thing. If you've read the book, you know what I'm talking about. That right there alone is an entire comic book series from somebody else. Really redefined Moon Knight. A lot of people got thrown off because he represented the characters of Moon Knight differently. There was this version, which is a more magical, in touch with the totems and all that stuff, kind of Moon Knight. And then you have Mr. Knight right there in the business suit. And then you also have the typical superhero Moon Knight. That one right there on that page. Really beautiful artwork. Really cool stories. Fantastic stuff. This right here, this scene, this issue right here, I think it's issue 5. This is seriously one of the best action comics of the year it came out. This is one of the best comic books of the year it came out. Once this live stream wraps up and it goes on YouTube after the fact, there will be a link down below to pick up this book, help support the channel at the same time. Really good stuff if you've never read it. Fantastic. If you want to give the gift of something that's a one-and-done Marvel superhero interesting story that's innovative and very different, if you want to give it as a gift, something like that, Moon Knight, this right here, nothing before, nothing after. You can just read this and never read anything else, and you'll be completely satisfied. Fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff. If anybody's ever read that Moon Knight, how good is that? Jonah Hex would be really, really cool. I've never really seen Warren Ellis do anything in a Western setting. He's done like space Western type stuff, like Switchblade Honey and things like that. But yeah, that'd be interesting. Maybe there's a Western theme here and there in Planetary. That Jonah Hex is a really, really good idea. It's a good one. Hex is a great answer. Martian Manhunter set in the 40s. What? Orlando, you are amazing. That would be so amazing. Martian Manhunter in the 40s. Oh my goodness. By Warren Ellis. Green Lantern by Warren Ellis. That'd be great too. Which Lantern would you like to see him tackle? I'd like to see him tackle Kyle. I'm kind of partial to Kyle. What about a Green Lantern book that's not an Earth-based Green Lantern? Wouldn't that be interesting? Like a Tomar Ray, Warren Ellis, Black Label book. How cool would that be? Black Label Swamp Thing. That'd be neat. Warren Ellis could do something neat with Swamp Thing, I think. Really cool idea. Hawkman, that's a good one too. Animal Man. Yep. Respecting what his homies Morrison and Lemire have done. Absolutely, that'd be cool. I still stand by Adam Strange, though. I think that's a good idea. I think that'd be really fun. Well, we're getting into the show and tell portion of the broadcast now. The live stream, if you will. Here are those Iron Man dragons. So there's Fin Fang Foom. And I mentioned that there was a gold one and a silver one. There's the silver one is Argent. Get it? That's funny. So there's Argent. He's Silver Dragon. They're basically the same figure almost. A little bit different here and there. The heads are different. The action features are different. There's Aureus. Get it? The gold one. So let's open these bad boys up. I think these may have been opened before. I am not sure. I've owned these for a while and have never opened them. And so here for the first time, I'm opening them up. At least for me. Because I think they're badass. When I was a kid, in middle school, I had Fin Fang Foom. I had the gold one. I never had Argent. So now I do. It is still all wrapped up. Here we go, these damn twisty ties. So while I do these twisty ties, comment. Give me something to respond to. Demon, that's a really good one. It's a really, really good one. I really like to see Warren Ellis do some Demon stuff. That could be really neat. Man, I hate these twisty ties, don't y'all? Man, oh man. Maybe I should have pre-opened this one up. It's getting easier now. Yeah, Kyle Rayner would be a good one. I really think so. I also like, see, I think this has been redone, but still cool to me. But the problem is, if this thing had already been opened, don't go through the hassle of redoing the twisty ties. Are you insane? This is dead air on the show tonight, guys. Y'all, come on. Anyway, we're almost done. Man, we still got the gold one to go. Maybe we'll do the gold one next week. Oh, the wings are not connected right now. Oh, there's feet. Twisty ties, too. You got to be kidding me. Oh, my goodness. Let's just cut these things. Chiefs got a touchdown. What's the score on the game right now? What's up? Icy cold milk? How you doing? Oh, my goodness. Twisty ties are the death of this. What is going on? Here we go. Bam. All right. Wings, 13-7 Rams. Anybody here a Rams fan or a Chiefs fan? Which way does it go in? So there's the dragon, but the wings aren't on. The wings are supposed to snap in, but it doesn't really want to fit, does it? Oh my goodness, these wings don't want to fit in. Yep. That wing will go in. So that's what it's supposed to look like. This one, I'm going to have to do a little bit of work to get that one in. Anyway, I think this one shoots out its arm. What? This one's not really wanting to work. It doesn't work. Look at that. Okay. Still looks cool though, right? We got the gold one too. I said we were going to open them up. Let's do it. It does look a little like Mega Godzilla. It looks like a Mega Fin Fang Foom. This is the gold version. All right, this one, we'll just pull it out. We'll show it off closer. This one, I think, throws a fireball. That's it right there. Close up. I'll worry about the twisty ties and all that stuff later on. But they're open. There they are. Told you guys we had them, and there they are right there. So you guys will see those in the set soon. Maybe next week on the Robbie Rants Live, we'll bring them out again and show them off. But it's really disappointing that the Argent's hand thing doesn't work. I have to look into that. What new character? What are you talking about? I mean, I don't really have an opinion on Cleveland. I feel bad for y'all. I'm happy you guys got a win this year. That's got to be rough, man. Yeah, Mecha Fin Fang Foom. I mean, basically they created the character for a toy line. Why have we never seen that? Why have we never seen that? So last week we showed off some comic book cards. I got a few more. I want to give it a little bit more close up. So Marvel Season 1. Marvel Comic Book Cards Series 1. I think these are from like 1990 or something. Let me double check here. Yeah, 1990. So we're going to show off some of those cards real quick. There's the first page right there, close up. We have work by like Paul Ryan, Jim Lee, I think on some, Art Adams, Mark Bagley. There's the second page right there. These are in order by number, just so you know. Look at and it's so cool to look at combo cards to know what was going on that year. Professor X. Excuse me. He's standing up. What's up with that? What's up with that? Here's the next page. We got a Mr. Fantastic up there, an Archangel. Really cool. Love these cards. I'm just hold them up for a minute. Let you guys take a look. I love, for instance, this was a big set. So like, there's a Spider-Man. It's like black costume Spider-Man. We're gonna get another Spider-Man, but there's a Wolverine right there, brown costume Wolverine, and a yellow costume Wolverine. How cool is that? I like that they wanted to show off all the different versions. Aunt May even had a card. There's the other Spider-Man. Look at that. So many. Any excuse. Steve Rogers on the motorcycle. There's like so there's a Punisher card, and there's also a Punisher with a van card, right? Something like that. There's another Wolverine card right there, the patch. How good is that? That's Jim Lee. Yeah, like I said, Jim Lee, Mark Bagley, Art Adams. Really good artists. There's the Punisher with the van. I am still trying to hunt down. There's the other Punisher right there. I'm still trying to hunt down a Punisher van from Toy Biz. If anybody's got any way into that, let me know. That is basically the superhero line from that little set. We'll show more off in the coming weeks because I love these things and I have to have them for a reason. So why not to show them off to y'all? Yeah, that's got to suck, Dylan. But I am a Lakers fan, so I was kind of happy with that. I'm a Lakers and a Heat fan. I actually became a Heat fan because I disavowed myself of the Lakers because of the whole, I've gone through this before, the Kobe, Shaq situation, and we jumped over to the Heat. And you know, since Kobe left, I feel good being a Lakers fan again, and it's exciting to watch. They're not going to win this year at all, but they'll win soon. I haven't seen the last Godzilla fan, to be honest with you. So I guess I'm excited about it. I think Godzilla King of Monsters just wrapped. I think Godzilla vs. King Kong just started production, I thought. Oh, man. Comics watching, I love Pogs. I have something that is in the earliest of stages in the works relating to Pogs. But I love Pogs, and I still have some of my Pogs. Some of them, mostly Power Ranger ones. I also had this big thing of Pogs that I think I got rid of. Pogsers, I was totally into Pogs. Absolutely. Yeah. See, what I'm hoping, Iron Galactus, is that I can find one kind of like maybe missing a part, like out of package, maybe a little scuffed up. for like 30. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, because they're pricey. The other thing that I'm really looking for, the Joker van from Toy Biz was the exact same toy, just repurposed for the Joker. That one's a really cool one. I had that one when I was a kid. Never had the Punisher van. Always wanted it though. And I got a Punisher figure. I need a Punisher van, right? So also the Batman Returns Batmobile, the Bat Missile one. That one's super pricey and something I really, really want too. I haven't watched those Godzilla flicks on Netflix. I haven't watched those. Are they good? I've heard they're good. I haven't watched them though. I don't watch as much as I used to. But I am watching Titans right now. I'm watching Sabrina. I just can't get into it. I just cannot get into Sabrina, y'all. I cannot. Tried so much. Pogs were like these little circular cardboard things, right? And so like first of all, they were like trading cards. So there would be Power Ranger Pogs and Marvel Comics Pogs and just anything you can think of. There were Pogs for, right? And so they would have like an image of the character or something like that. And you would collect these things, right? But there was also a game. And the game involved like stacking them, and you would have slammers. They were thicker, like more elaborate and flamboyant Pogs, basically. They would be plastic or sometimes metal, and you would slam them down and you would knock them out, and if they were out of this ring or whatever. And it was kind of like gambling a little bit. Like if you knocked over certain Pogs and flipped them over or something, you could grab them. I gotta brief myself on the rules. It's been like 25, 30 years since I played Pogs. 25 probably. Yeah, probably like 25. But still, it was a long time ago. So it was a game, but it was also something to collect. And I remember having like these like tubes that you would hold your Pogs in. So silly. It started out as a game based on milk caps. So they're based on milk caps, and you would it's so crazy. Weird thing. Yeah, Chewy, wasn't that Joker van dope? That same van, but black. It was the Punisher van. Exact same toy. I want both of them, and they're expensive. Sabrina, I want to finish Sabrina, but I feel like Sabrina needs to pick a tone. It needs to pick a dark humorous tone like Addams Family, or it needs to pick a dark sinister tone. But it's trying to do both, and I don't think it's working, at least for me. Titans is working really, really well for me. Is the DC Universe app worth it? The comic books that they have on there are really cool. It's a curated selection. So like right now, there's a bunch of Titans, a bunch of Robin stuff, of course, a bunch of Aquaman stuff. It's a neat selection of comics, but it's not anywhere near complete, nor is it supposed to be. It's a cool app. DC fans, it's pretty cool. It's got every episode of Super Friends, which is highly valuable for me. It's got a lot of the animated films, a lot of the live action films. It's got a lot of good stuff on there. Definitely worth checking out the free week trial. Titans is really good. Titans is a good show. I was not expecting to like Titans so much. It's right now, it might be my show of the year. What burst the Pog bubble? The collapsing of it was basically the collapse of the comic book and the trading card market. It just folded in there. Plus, it was just a bad idea. But I have something very early in the works that's related to Pogs. Pog fans will like it whenever it happens. It's a good ways off. It's Bombi's Nana Cream. It's my go-to. Yeah, I can't get the app on my Kindle. It sucks. I can go directly to the page on my Kindle, though, to read the comics. I would prefer to have the app on my Kindle so I can read the comics on my Kindle. So that sucks. That does suck. Yeah, Young Justice should be cool. Swamp Thing sounds really, really neat. The Doom Patrol show, I'm very excited for because the Doom Patrol episode of Titans was probably my favorite. Yeah, that sucks, Moana Beast. I really wish Amazon would jump on board with it. It seems like there's an Amazon thing there. Fire Stick Kindle, they're not working. I have a Roku and it works on that, so I'm fortunate. Titans are really good, though. I mean, it's really good. Do you want to pay $8 for one show, though? Not really. Comes down to what? $2 an episode? I mean, I got CBS All Access just for a Star Trek show. I mean, that's the thing. They know that they can get us for one show. So we'll get another streaming service just for one show. It sucks. I like the Doom Patrol in the comics, at least the Grant Morrison stuff and the Gerard Way stuff. I love that stuff. I really thought that they were great in that episode of Titans. I thought it was really good. I'm sure that one day it will. I hope it does. I really do, Dylan. We also talked about some Aquaman figures. So let's go through the ages of Aquaman with some Aquaman figures. I have a lot of Aquaman toys. We'll start off with Classic Aquaman. That's a classic Aquaman figure from the DC Direct days. This came in a 2-pack. It came with the Seahorse, and it also came with an Aqualad figure. But there's the Aquaman that's classic OG Aquaman, Silver Age. There you go. Moving on through, that's the typical Aquaman we know and love right there. That's a DC, is this DC Universe figure, right? That's a cool Aquaman. I got the same figure with a different costume. That's when they tried to revamp Aquaman in the 80s, make him a little bit more magical based, a little bit more Arthurian at times. So that costume is a really cool and underappreciated Aquaman costume, I think. Basically the same figure, different costumes. So there we go. Moving on through. What is a hero without a good villain? From that line, there's the Black Manta figure, a really cool, dope Black Manta figure. Black Manta is going to be awesome in that movie. Then he had the Harpoon Hand in the Peter David run. We'll be talking about that in Comics Revisited. There's the Total Justice action figure of that one. I love this version of Aquaman. I love it so, so much. After that, they wanted to give him back his hand, but not all the way, so they give him a water hand. There's the action figure from that little bit. Back to the classic orange and green, giving him back the trident, giving him the water hand. Really interesting run there. That was basically the look during the Sub Diego story. Then they did 1 year later after Infinite Crisis and all that jazz, and there was Aquaman Sword of Atlantis. This is not Arthur Curry, but in fact a different Aquaman, but still, in my opinion, one of the coolest Aquaman costumes, and definitely one of the coolest Aquaman figures that I own is that one right there. I love it so much. Very underappreciated run from Kurt Busiek. And then let's go to New 52. There it is, the Jim Lee design from the Justice League New 52 run with a little bit of cat hair on it. My Aquaman shelf used to be at the very bottom at my place like two studios ago. The very first studio, so the very first videos you ever saw here for Pop Culture Philosophers were at that location. They were the bottom row, and that was the cat room as well. Anyway, that was the New 52 Aquaman, a little bit more gnarly, a little bit more hipster, cool little bit around there. The chain to the trident in case he loses it. I guess they got rid of that idea. And the most rare appearance of Aquaman ever, the Aqua Tot. That right there comes from a Sonic drive-in kids meal or something. It's a tater tot and it's Aquaman and it's Aqua Tot. So there's some of my Aquaman figures, not nowhere near all of them, but some of them. I have not seen the Diamond Select PVC Aquaman. I definitely have to check them out because those have been really, really good. You want Max Comics to return. That could be interesting. Yeah, I don't know why he's got a trident. It's kind of like his harpoon. He typically has like a harpoon gun, doesn't he? But yeah, he's got that. But that's still a cool figure. Heck yeah. Oh, that's funny. Two stuffed dolphin plushes. Yeah, back in the day, Sonic Drive-In, the jalapeno supersonic used to be one of my go-to meals. No longer, but one of my go-to meals back in the day was that. Heck yeah. Toys. I got a couple more toys I'm going to show off. Some of my little favorites from when I was a kid. First of all, last week we opened up that bad boy Terminator bike right there, and I showed off that Terminator figure on it, and I was talking about how there was a Cable figure that was kind of like that, but you could peel the face off. This is the Cable figure. I found it right there. First of all, that's the best Cable costume. I don't like hardly any other Cable costume. I really like it when he's in. I like it when most X-Men are in the blue and gold, to be honest with you. But what's cool about this is you can rip off his bicep. First of all, there he is, and bam! He's a robot. He's infected with a techno-organic virus. What if it went into his face? What? You got to be crazy. You got to be kidding. It's Terminator Cable. How cool is that? You can even get rid of that really obnoxious shoulder pad if you want. You guys remember when Cable was like this? There was one of the best runs of Cable ever was Joe Casey, Jose Ladrone. That Cable. That's my Cable. Hashtag that's my Cable. We're nearing the end of the stream, so any final thoughts, get them in right now. Super Shredder. Remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze? A lot of people think it's a bad movie, but when I was a kid, I absolutely loved it. And a toy I always wanted and never got until a few years ago was Super Shredder. And I'm so glad I have this figure. And I saw it sitting over there today. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to show everybody tonight. I'm going to show them the Super Shredder. Because I love that figure so much. I also saw this one, and this was another favorite figure of mine. These are kind of like movie spoiling figures, right? So these movies come out, and you're like, oh, so there's a Super Shredder? Spoiler, right? This was a total spoiler, because who is the Phantasm? Oh, it's her. So if you got this figure, which came out before that animated series, or the animated movie, Mask of the Phantasm, which is amazing, there you go. But I love this figure because of that. I thought it was so cool. Not because it spoiled the movie, but because you could take off. How cool is that? The Phantasm. Mask of the Phantasm is one of the absolute best animated, not even animated, one of the best superhero movies out there is Mask of the Phantasm. What do y'all think? And that's pretty much all I got tonight. So any final thoughts, any final questions, anything like that? Yeah, Secret of the Ooze plus Vanilla Ice. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. I haven't seen the HD remaster of Mask of the Phantasm yet. Is it coming back to theaters, right, in December or something like that? Or has that already happened and I missed it? I hope not. I guess they have the HD version over there on the DC app, maybe. I'll check it out. I forgot about this. We got to open up a pack of DC Cosmic cards. We're going to see what we get. So final questions, get them in. Final thoughts. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. Thank you for mentioning this. Because you were talking about, Batman Who Laughs, the Joker, Venom, Thanos, Captor, or those action figures you got. Those are really cool. Those statues. Oh, you're talking about the Dom Selects. Yeah, those are really nice, and they're very affordable. Very affordable. So, straight up, we did not get a hologram in this pack. But I have read The Batman Who Laughs #1, and it was really, really good. It's got a very shocking, surprising ending. Pre-order it now. Get your pre-order in. You're not going to want to miss this. It has the potential of a sellout. It's going to be pretty big. Yes, Chewy, totally. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one, is far superior. It's absolutely the best comic book movie of the 90s. So we got, from the DC pack, we got Kronos. This is from back in the day. Katana. Ooh, that 80s, 90s Katana. Right? Ooh, we got a Psycho Pirate. How cool is that? Psycho Pirate. We got a Superman #1 cover. Dope. Yet another Dr. Polaris. This is probably the most common card I've gotten in these packs. We got the obnoxious Guy Gardner right there. I am going to sign this one right now on the back. I'm going to sign it to the back. I'm going to say, to James Bills. I'm giving this to James Donahoe because he hates Guy Gardner. But someone we both love is Animal Man. We got an Animal Man trading card there. Super cool. Hongan, whoever that is. We got a Silver Age Blue Beetle. That's a Charlton character. Super, super cool. Yunga Khan. That's a New Gods character. Someone mentioned that the other day. Is it like Darkseid's dad or uncle or something? Yeah, that's Darkseid's dad right there. Okay, I can dig it. He likes the horns. We got Checklist B yet again. Oh, and we got a Gorilla Grodd. Every time I say Gorilla Grodd, it feels like I'm saying Gorilla Grodd. Gorilla Grodd. Yeah, I've read The Batman Who Laughs #1. I've also read Detective Comics 994. I have Goddess Mode #1 and Martian Manhunter #1, but I have not read those ones yet. But Batman Who Laughs #1 is really, really good, and Peter Tomasi's first issue of Detective Comics is really good, and Doug Mahnke kills it on the artwork. Kills it. What's up, J-Rocks? I approve that comment. I will not review Optimus Prime 25, unfortunately, Sebastian. I just haven't been reading that book. I don't read any of the Transformers books since the last one I read was Transformers versus Visionaries. I wouldn't just jump into number 25. Is it not wrapping up soon and relaunching? I'll probably check out the relaunch for sure. If there's anything I need to go back and check out, like if you recommend something, like I know you recommend Lost Light, right? I'll go back and have to check it out through trade. The Matina variant for what? I'm lost right now. Terry, those are some really cool pieces. What Matina variant are we talking about right now? The Matina covers are always good. There's a Batman one this week, I think. Isn't there? Something like that. Tomasi's going to be doing a great job, I think, on Batman. His last time he wrote Batman, it was kind of really focused on the relationship of Bruce trying to become a father, and it was really good stuff. The Born to Kill story from Batman and Robin with him and Patrick Gleason is amazing. His Superman run was amazing. His Action Comics, I mean, his Detective Comics is really going to scratch that itch for you. I think it's going to be really good. Oh, yeah, the Matino Batman Who Laughs. That's like super rare, super limited. Yeah, I saw that today. I get what you're saying. But it's a really cool book. Jock doing the artwork. It's different. It's unique. It's awesome. It's really cool stuff. Like I said, it's a very shocking ending. It was very surprising. It was thrilling. It was engaging. It was surprising. It was really good. And fans of metal will definitely like it. The first issue of this, I think, did a better job of capturing the character and making us a little bit more interested in his backstory than, say, the one shot during Metal did for the Dark Knight's Rising one shots or whatever for Batman Who Laughs. So that's really cool, and you do get the Punisher Batman in this, and he's pretty BA. Pretty awesome. Transformers Historia. That's something you recommend? I'm writing that down. My favorite Transformers are Soundwave, Megatron, Optimus Prime, obviously. And I like Shockwave. I think Shockwave's cool. I haven't seen a glow-in-the-dark variant for Guardians. That sounds really, really cool. Well, guys, we're about to wrap up. Thank you guys so much for checking out the live stream tonight. We typically do these on Sunday, and next week it will be on Sunday. So be on the lookout. Next Sunday, 7 o'clock Central Time, p.m. Join us here for Robbie Rants Live. Like I said, weekly comic book review coming up this week. Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. That's what everybody loves. That's what we're doing. Reviewing a lot of good comic books that we discussed coming out this week. No comics revisited this week, but it's coming back next week. Coming back with a little bit of, we're going to wrap up our Venom look real quick. We're getting into some Aquaman, Miles Morales, really fun stuff. Movie reviews are coming back soon. Top 5 Superman villains coming out soon. Lots of excitement. Podcast coming back in 2019. Appreciate everything. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to go check out the finale of Monday Night Football, and we'll be here next Sunday live. So thank you guys so much for rocking with us. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups from Hunts, Vegas, here in the Huntsville Attic Studio. Peace and out. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for rocking with us. Keep on living.